Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, Capital Markets Analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today we're going to take a look at 7 tips to a successful investment deck with Katrina Glogowski, angel investor and attorney, taking a look at AgColo. It's an agriculture co-location investor presentation here.
Good afternoon, Josh. I look forward to this one. I've never heard of agricultural co-location. I'm interested.
I haven't either. We're going to see if they identify business plan goals, if they know the audience, understand the market, whether or not they identify needs and roadblocks, if they know what sets a business apart, if they introduce the team and product and create a summary, and see if they get 7 out of 7 leads this time. So the executive summary is that they're a big, rapidly expanding market in the cannabis industry. They have a flexible business model, a race to the market with near-term operating advantages for cultivation, extraction, manufacturing, and distribution, with some new approaches to cultivate in high demand, and consistent high yield and quality growers. Apparently they have some proprietary technology, modular grow units, supporting software for consistency and lower cost yields. So they immediately kind of come out the gate here with some needs and roadblocks potentially. The problem is consumer demand is high. Quality, local, and organic products has become more accepted and mainstream. Climate change, weather events, it's obviously going to affect the outdoor part. Legalization has driven state levels to create more unpredictable marketplaces. And then traditional cultivation methods and reliance on manual labor put a pressure on efficiency and profit margins. So they have predictive analytics. I like that. So it's going to improve cultivation processes, minimum use of manual labor, grow yields, and increase crop success rates. They have machine learning and a vision system, all to kind of help with that environment with plant robot root strains, canopies.
Well, Josh, what I see from this slide is they're trying to address cost of goods sold. I really appreciate that, because in order to be profitable, you have to keep the costs down. So whether this is a successful way to manage costs, at least they're coming out of the gate saying, we're thinking about the costs.
Yeah, and machine learning and automation, all of that is going to be really important to get that on your POS or your phone or whatever else with automated alerts. So if the leaf is tacoing, the machine should be able to learn whether or not that's an environmental factor, like your fans are blowing too hard, or if it's actually a nutrient issue. So that automation could set them apart significantly.
So I've got a slide that says to talk about the consumer. There's a discerning customer, they're influencers, early adopters, willing to spend more, keep up with the latest technology, prefer local, natural, organic.
Organic is a term that's very controversial, but I do think the consumer is starting to pay attention to where the product is coming from, pesticide-free, heavy metal-free.
So their mission is to cultivate products as a wholesaler, provide infrastructure and related services to other farming companies. They intend to create co-located agricultural cultivation operations utilizing available commercial real estate, and have a co-location centers to leverage existing business practices.
I'm still wondering about this co-location idea. They're starting to flesh it out, but I still have a few questions, so let's see.
So their strategy to launch, refine, and expand, they want to secure sites and licenses to allow cultivation of premium cash crops, identify opportunities, and then target jurisdictions with favorable licensing, and then create modular cultivation.
I'm wondering, Josh, if this is a sort of drop shipping model. We've seen something like this where it's sort of cannabis farm in a box, just plug it in. Maybe that's what they're talking about when they're talking about their modular grow unit, MGU. But they really haven't fleshed that out, and we're on slide 7.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's going to be something similar to kind of a co-working space for cannabis. They just find some available space that's available, that's inexpensive, and then they have their own grow in a box, and they just kind of throw it into a warehouse, and then poof, cannabis comes out with machines, AI or whatever. So they want to expand and deliver consistent, predictable grows, 4 to 6 harvests a year, deliver and improve high yield quality.
So they've got the team members here towards the bottom, target hires, people that they want to hire. I'm not sure if they're on the board or advisors or just on a wish list. I haven't seen that before.
that's actually smart. They identify their shortfall. That's wise.
So towards the end, they talk about the market and $80 billion opportunity by 2030.
Well, can I just comment about this slide? We see this slide in every single pitch deck. And I understand B school graduates are saying, total addressable market, you have to do the TAM, you have to do the TAM. Stop putting this slide in your stuff. It's overdone and incorrect. So please, just say the market is booming and move on.
Yeah, in 2015, maybe you needed to let people know what the market was. But at this point, if they don't know what the market is doing, they shouldn't be investing, and you don't want them as investors. It's pretty simple.
Agreed.
U.S. cannabis market is underpenetrated. They compare beer, wine, and coffee. Beer's 100 billion, so is wine. Coffee's 50 billion. Cannabis are expecting 80 billion with a 14% penetration rate.
Same with this slide. Just like, ooh, it's only legal in certain states. It's going to only get bigger. I see this slide. Oh, look at beer. Look at beer. Look at beer. Please stop this slide.
They talk about the California market, 40 million people. Now, finally, we get to the modular grow unit towards the bottom, page 11. These are 5x5 footprints, hydroponics, proprietary controller, track environment factors, vision systems. The advantages is finely controlled, 4 harvests a year, continuous, year-round, no pesticides, disease resistance, custom lighting.
I am very happy that on slide 11 we finally get to their product. That is way too late in the game. But at the same time, we've seen this before, Josh. We've seen this at MJ BizCon. We've seen it at Lyft. We've seen it at ICBC. So now I want to know why your MGU is different. And my immediate concern, 5x5 footprint, is very small. What kind of yield are you going to get from a 5x5 grow? I don't know.
So the unit economics cost, the capital expenditures, about $4,000. The operating per harvest is about $2,000, but the revenue they're expecting per harvest is $6,000. 4 times a year, that's $25,000. So cumulative in year 3, they're expecting $50,000 per unit.
I also see here on this slide, Josh, that they're targeting California as their launch market, when just about everybody grows outdoors in California because it's cheaper. So maybe their MGU has some wonderful water retention, water reclamation that would give an advantage. But the cost of the electricity alone to run the MGU, I don't know. We'll see.
So there's a financial opportunity page, current real estate pipeline, key metrics, with the financial performa for years 1, 2, and 3.
Now I'm confused. I have a portable MGU, but I need dirt. Wait a minute. What? Now they're crossing the streams, Josh. I thought this was a portable co-location unit.
So fundraising strategy between debt and equity. They want to have a note for a $3 million raise, $10 million market cap with a 20% discount. On the unsecured note for the debt, $3 million, a 3-year maturity, 10% interest. That's pretty steep for somebody who's not generating revenue.
Yeah. And again, here you're talking about a portable unit, and our secret sauce is this portable 5x5 unit. Drop and plug it in and grow cannabis. But now you're asking me, the investor, to believe in the drop and go aspect, but now you want me to finance your purchase of real estate. Tough one, Josh.
They would hire people with the use of funds, create an intellectual portfolio, IP portfolio, try and expand their locations and build out real estate portfolio pipeline. So this seems like a blank check company to me, kind of not really. They have an idea and they're ready to launch an idea, but they're not doing it yet.
I remain confused, And if we are supposed to create a summary and identify needs and roadblocks, if you look at here, we are at the very last slide, and they say apply for license. Okay, now you're a grow. Okay, I thought you were a portable grow seller of, drop, ship, and go. And at a 5x5, that actually, if you just pivot and look at the private individual, the home grow, the 505 5x5 grow unit for $4,000, especially if it's an all-in-one plug and play with some type of technology to allow you to monitor it, that might go. If you need 1,000 of them on your acre of land that you're asking an investor to buy without a license, this is a totally different model. So I would encourage AgColo to look at what their business model is. And if your secret sauce is the MGU, stick with the MGU. If you need to partner with somebody who has a cultivation license in California to maybe prove the concept and show how much yield can actually increase using your MGU, do that. Don't try and raise money to buy dirt when you don't have a license, when ultimately you're trying to sell the portable drop and go unit. But I do like the concept of the drop and go unit. We've seen them before, but I think the drop and go unit is much more for the home grow and not the commercial market.
Right. And there's people in Canada trying to do it. I think they're publicly traded, and it's not picking up. So I would agree. I would say focus. If it's the MGU, go with that. But I would try and focus on the tech. If you can license the predictive analytics and the machine learning, then you need to be licensing that to commercial agriculture, not just cannabis and hemp. So if you truly do have an automated solution, then you need to be focusing on that, because the data you can get from that is worth way more than this, especially if commercial real estate starts to dip, like we're seeing in California. It's not going up as fast as it was. I wouldn't even mess with real estate. That's a nightmare. So.
I agree. And in conclusion, the other thing I didn't see in this pitch deck was competitors. They didn't explain anything about their competition or their roadblocks to success. So we have, as we've discussed already, Josh, we've seen the drop and go box. If they're an analytics company focusing on technology, we've seen that. We've seen the drones to control the grows and monitor the grows. That's already been going for a couple of years. And if you're a real estate play, no, I myself would not invest in a real estate play. So they didn't really meet the needs and roadblocks aspect of the business. And I've struggled to see, number 5, what sets their business apart. I don't know.
I do like the machine learning. I need to know more about that if they have the IP on that. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to keep on to that. They introduced the team. They understand that there's a need in the market. I don't know if they met that. So tallying this all up, they had a goal. You getting half on that?
I'll give them half on there, knowing the audience.
Half knowing the audience. I think they understand the cannabis market. They didn't identify needs and roadblocks.
Unless you want to give them 1/10 of a point for on the very last slide, sneaking in there, apply for license.
They did introduce the team. They didn't really create a summary.
I'll give them a 3. And I like their deck. They put their deck together. Very nice. Visually, very, very nice. Very well put together deck.
I think it's 3 out of 4 leaves. All right. Not
3
a
out of
bad.
7, Josh.
3 out of 7, yeah. 3 out of 7 leaves. That's not bad.
All right. I want to thank my guest, Katrina Glogowski. She's an angel investor and attorney. Appreciate you being back on the podcast.
Thanks, Josh.
I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Or don't. And I'm out.